Welcome to the 5 for 2 podcast with me, your host Adele, where we say no to careers where you're trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. A place we discuss all things career, confidence, and money moves. I want to motivate, teach, and empower ambitious women to achieve more, earn more, feel more confident, and enjoy the work they do. It's all about believing you can have everything you want in your career and then going and getting it. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Hi everyone. So I decided to record today's episode because today is GCSE results day in my house. So I've got a 16-year-old, for anyone who doesn't know, and today she got her GCSE results. So today's the 25th of August, 2022. Mark this in your diaries because by the time you hear this, that date has probably well gone. But the reason I wanted to record today's episode is because my daughter's results today, everything that she's achieved, helped me really put into perspective what I'm always trying to tell you guys about the fact that hard work is necessary. Effort is necessary. It's not always going to look sexy. Sometimes it's going to stress you out and be frustrating and be like totally out of your comfort zone. Like it's not always comfortable. To be honest, it's almost necessary that it's uncomfortable. But that stuff is temporary. And the reward at the end outweighs all the crap that you might have to go through, all the feelings of discomfort that you might have to go through to get to the reward. So why am I talking about GCSE results when this is a career podcast? Because whether you are currently trying to change career or you are just trying to upgrade, like trying to get that promotion, what have you been doing to try and get those things? How are you showing up for your career change? This is the one thing that you really need to do if you want to see a difference. You cannot, and I want to be really clear on this, I want to say it again, you cannot think your way to success without the doing. And I know we spoke about this on another podcast episode where I was talking about the doing is necessary. This ties in so nicely with that episode and is so important because your thoughts behind the doing are important, but you cannot just sit around thinking. You cannot just do. If all you do is have strategy, if all you do is do the work, but the thinking behind it is thoughts of failure, the thinking behind it is this isn't going to work anyway, imagine the effort that you're really putting in. If you think something's not going to work, do you really think you're going to be putting in the right type of effort? So these are the lessons that I learned from my daughter. From the very beginning, when she started studying for her GCSEs, she has had the mindset that no matter what, she was going to do well and get good grades. So since 2 years ago, she's been saying, I'm going to do well. I'm going to get amazing grades. That has been her thought. Then math started to look insanely shaky. Like we're talking insanely shaky, like you potentially might not even pass or you're going to just scrape through. She's cried, she's stressed, she was overwhelmed, she was frustrated. She was all the things, all the negative things. But at no time did she speak about a plan B. At no time did she say, well, what if this doesn't happen? What's my plan B? What else can I do? What if I don't get a good maths grade? What if I don't get good GCSEs? Your thoughts matter. When you start to add in the doubt, you start to add in the what if. Now, I'm not saying that she didn't have doubt. I'm not saying that we don't have doubt as adults. And when we're going into a career change, we don't doubt. But what I'm saying is, how do you shift that doubt? How do you work through it? Do you shift the doubt by saying, well, let me think of a plan B? Or do you decide there is no plan B? And your belief is that you are going to get the thing you want. My daughter's belief was she is going to get the grade, even when she didn't do well on her mock exams and she barely scraped by. She asked for a tutor. She did extra classes. She studied more. She revised more. She asked for more resources, more books, anything she could get her hands on. She asked friends that were better at maths than her to support her because the belief behind that action was, I'm going to get a good grade. Because she was constantly feeding her brain with that, her brain was constantly coming up with ideas to help her get a good grade. She was constantly putting in the work doing what was necessary, being uncomfortable. I watched my child cry some nights. I watched my child with her little flashcards. This is coming from a mum who I didn't revise at all for my GCSEs. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I pretty much have a picture memory. So if I read something in the morning, it's going to stay long enough for me to pass the exam and keep it moving. I didn't revise once and I basically got all Bs and 1A. And I failed one subject, which was IT, which I then resat in college. But I literally got straight Bs, and that was with no effort on my part. But my child studied. I watched her every day, every night, come home, do the extra work, do the extra studying, stay after school and go to maths classes. We had a tutor. She got a tutor. I paid a tutor to help her twice a week. On the weeks where she thought, like, you know what, I'm not doing well, she'd ask, could she have extra sessions? And yes, the tutoring isn't something that everyone might be able to afford, but it was still something she asked for. It's still something her brain decided would help her to get the grade that she'd already decided was going to happen. Is this how you view your career? Do you have an unshakable belief that you can have what you want? Do you want a 10K pay rise, but are telling yourself, if I just get 3, it's okay? That's not belief. That's doubt. That's plan B. That's plan C. What's your plan A? And are you willing to go 10 toes down and believe that it is possible? All you've got to do is feed your brain that belief. All you've really got to do is ask yourself, is it possible? If it's possible, keep that in mind. If you know it's actually possible, I can do this, even when it gets hard, just keep reminding yourself, it's possible for me. My daughter was so adamant that she was going to get good grades, even when other adults, myself included, said to her, so if you don't get into the school that you want, what other schools are you interested in? She would shut us down so quickly and be like, what do you mean? Why would I get into the school that I want? That's not even going to happen. That's not an option. Do not put your negative vibes on me. She was not here for no negative energy, literally good vibes only. She was like, don't wish anything on me. I'm going to get into the school I want. And she got 3 conditional offers. And based on her results today, she can get into every single one. So her top choice, she's already submitted everything. That's where she's going. And for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, we got 5 A's and a B. Math, she got a B. And that was the subject she was scraping by in at mock level. She turned it around and got a B. There was no other option for her. Her belief was through the roof. That thinking affected the decisions she made and the things that she did. If she sat around thinking, do you know what, I might fail, this might not work out the way I want, her actions might have been different. I even had friends comment on, I cannot believe how confident your daughter is going into it. I couldn't believe how confident she was. Coming from me, a career and confidence coach, I couldn't believe how confident she was. But her belief is evidence that the thinking behind the doing is as important. Mindset and strategy go hand in hand. This morning, when she got up, she thanked God for all the amazing results she was going to get today. Before she even knew what she got, she had no idea what she got, but she'd already thanked God. She already knew it was done. She already said to him, thank you for everything I'm about to go and get. That's the level of belief necessary for the success that we all want. That's the belief she maintained the entire time, up until the day she woke up and said, thank you. Yes, doubt creeps in. Doubt crept in for her. Yes, she had tearful nights, but she always revisited the thought, it is possible and I can have it. If you have gone for a promotion and you didn't get it, did you ask them what you need to do to get the promotion? And have you been doing that over the last few months? Or did you give up? Have you just continued to do what you was already doing when you didn't get the original promotion? If you're trying to change career, what have you been doing? If you've been sending out your CV and it's not working, have you tried to network? If you're networking and that's not working, have you optimized your LinkedIn? If you've optimized your LinkedIn and that's not working, have you spoken to people in the industry that might be able to give you some insight and help you get your foot in the door? Have you thought of connections between what you currently do and where you want to be, and maybe you could do a sidestep? Have you explored every option? If the thought behind it is it's possible and I can have it, the actions will reflect that. Once you can make that thought, it's possible, your dominant thought, watch how fast the decisions you make and the steps you start to take change for the better. Start looking out for the positive results, because if you believe you can, it's inevitable. It doesn't matter if you doubt yourself 10 times, you will be able to reframe it and be like, I doubted myself for a minute, but I already know it's possible. You'll be like my daughter and be able to wake up in the morning and thank God for something that hasn't even happened yet, because you've already decided that it's possible for you. You've already decided you can have it, so you go for it. So that's my word for today. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. You can't think your way into something, and you can't simply do and work your way into something. You have to have both. Hard work is necessary. I watched my daughter work her butt off. Effort is necessary. Being uncomfortable is going to be necessary if you want to get to the goal. But the belief behind it is what's going to get you through every single one of those challenges. The belief that you can have it and it's already on its way is what changes everything, because it makes you stand taller, move differently, have different conversations. Again, my daughter's conversation was never, what if it doesn't happen? It was always, it is going to happen. Now, what do I need to do on the way to getting it? She has literally smashed it out the park. She's got her choice of schools on the table, and I couldn't be more proud. But if you take anything away from this, know that hard work is necessary, belief is necessary. And if you do nothing else this week, start there. What are you really telling yourself? What is the belief? Have you got a plan B already in action in case plan A fails? If you've already got a plan B, it means you're not giving plan A 1000%. Revisit plan A. Why do you want it? How can you get it? What are all the options that you can use? Remember, there's not one route to anything. There's about 30 different ways that you can do something. So which ones have you already tried? Which ones can you improve? And which ones do you need to go ahead and try? I hope this episode has helped someone really think about the belief behind what they're doing, and also start to relook at the actions and the decisions that they're taking. If you are in the middle of a career change or thinking about a career change and you want some support to get it done, you want some support to upgrade your career, like that's what my coaching is all about. My one-to-one coaching will literally support you to get more money doing a job you enjoy. And what we start work on is, what are you currently doing? What's the belief behind it? How can we change the belief, then change what you're doing and get the result? If you want to talk more about my one-to-one coaching, reach out. You know, you can reach out to me on Instagram, have an informal chat with me, find out a little bit more, or head over to my website, atmrich.com. It's also in the show notes where you can look at all my services. You'll be able to see all my one-to-one coaching, and there's even some masterclasses there for all you like to learn on your own, self-paced learning. There's a few masterclasses that will get you together on there as well. Thanks for joining me, guys, and join me in saying congratulations to my little one. Well done, Tasia, on all your amazing effort and your great grades. Bye, guys. I hope this episode gave you exactly what you needed and motivated you to confidently take steps towards your next career move. If you enjoyed it, screenshot and share it on your socials, tag me on Instagram, and come join my community of amazing women working on leveling up their confidence and career. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.